We are quite honored that Dr. William Hite, Superintendent of Schools of the School District of Philadelphia, could escape from the city for a day and join our panel. Dr. Hite is now in his fourth year as a superintendent of the Philadelphia School District during extraordinarily challenging times, perhaps the most challenging times in the history of the district. He has bravely undertaken a daunting task of pursuing reform even as the district runs out of cash. His ideas are bold, sometimes controversial, and I'm sure he will appreciate having an audience where people are not screaming at him. So please welcome Dr. William Hite.
Good morning. Alan just said I've started my fourth year. I thought it was my 27th year, Alan. I'm sorry. They seem a lot longer. And good morning. Anytime you're a superintendent, I know my colleagues in the room will understand this, and you come as a learner. And I'm here as a learner today, and I think that's one thing that's really important. But Alan won't allow me to be a learner. He was like, you also have to participate on the panel. So I'm here participating as a learner, but I'm also here to just talk just real briefly through some of the circumstances that we've been facing over the 3 and now few years that I've been there. So if you remember the movie, one of the Clint Eastwood movies, Good, Bad, and the Ugly. And so today I'm just going to reverse that and talk about the ugly, bad, and the good. And first and foremost, the ugly is a situation with circumstances we've been dealing with. You just heard Sidney talk about the number of children that he's lost, and we've seen that across the city. But at the same time, we've seen a divestment in public education, and we see that from every entity, from the state, from local individuals, from individuals who are selecting other types of schools to which to send their children. And so that's the ugly situation. The bad situation is that as a consequence, we've had a situation where you've seen 3 significantly professional individuals who represent more broadly the teachers in Philadelphia. And we haven't been able to acknowledge or recognize these individuals other than verbally because we've also been 3 years without a teacher's contract. And the bad thing about that is that, unfortunately, for many individuals sitting in classrooms, it is a representation that it is less respect than what is actually there for the work that they do each and every day, which brings me to the good. And the good are the professionals that are standing in front of young people each and every day. And it's those same professionals that allowed us to pursue some of the reforms to also, during a time where we've seen significant reductions in revenue and challenges in the school district of Philadelphia, like many of you face, that we have seen slight increases in the performance of our students. We've seen higher graduation rates. We've seen safer schools. We've seen no schools now on the Pennsylvania persistently dangerous list, which Philadelphia had the dubious distinction of having 25 of the 32 schools on that list 5 years ago. And there's a reason for that. And the reason for that is because of the committed professionals who stand in front of children each and every day. And you heard from just 3 of ththose individuals who represent the thousands of individuals in Philadelphia who are in front of students every day. So as a superintendent, as I think about the importance of the Institute and institutes like this, number one, it's important for me as a learner to hear from not just the individuals who are local, but the individuals across our nation who are facing the same types of challenges and who are navigating through those challenges in a significant way. The other part, though, is to really understand how do we create and establish the conditions that allow for the types of things that these 3 individuals, the panel that spoke before us, the individuals who were speaking in that panel, how do we as leaders, as superintendents, then begin to establish conditions to allow teachers to learn and grow from each other. And I think about that each and every day. And as I talk and have opportunities to talk with teachers very often, a couple of things they share with me. And I want to share these with you. One of the things that we know, and all of you know, and one of the things that we've heard this morning, teachers are leaders and therefore need to be engaged in the continuing work directly with students while continuing to distribute their own leadership. One strong example of this in Philadelphia is a peer-to-peer coaching model that we've established. I think that that peer-to-peer leadership and coaching model has been an indication to us that we need to also continue to find opportunities for teachers to lead their own professional development for their peers, both within and beyond their schools, as well as having them contribute to how we're developing curriculum, assessments, and using data to drive academic outcomes for all of our students. The more teachers can learn from each other, and we've heard this over and over again. As a matter of fact, I have a group of teachers who come in periodically and talk with me. And after they chastise me and do all of the other things, then we get down and begin really talking about the things that can happen. And in a couple of words are repeated over and over again. Those words are things like respect, trust, allowing individuals to talk about their professionalism, providing them voice. And to me, that's all a set of conditions that we establish, and the Teacher Institute in Philadelphia and across the country allows us to do that each and every day. So one of the things that I encourage as I close is that we take advantage of this tremendous opportunity. We're taking advantage of these professionals in Philadelphia. We hope to take advantage of all of the professionals who are standing in front of children across the country, but by all means, this is a unique opportunity that I wish I had as a teacher, but now I'm fortunate to have as a superintendent, because I think the best learning comes from those who are as close to teaching children as possible, and those are the professionals in our classrooms each and every day. So thank you.